The Peabody Picture Vocabulary Test. The Peabody Picture Vocabulary Test version 4, or PPVT-4, is an assessment designed to measure a subject's receptive vocabulary. This means the words they hear. The PPVT-4 is able to be used from age 2 years 6 months all the way to 90 plus years. It is important to understand that this test is not normed for subjects with uncorrected vision, hearing loss, and limited English proficiency. However, the test is promoted as a good assessment for those with exceptionalities, including those who are nonverbal or who have physical limitations. This assessment can be used as a tool to measure a subject's vocabulary level and determine if interventions are needed to expand the subject's vocabulary. It can also be used to measure deterioration of intellectual ability in the aging population. This is Miles. He is a typically developing 5-year-old entering kindergarten this fall.
Painting.
Miles was administered the PPVT-4 on Thursday, June 23, 2022.
Fly.
To administer the test, start with the set that corresponds to the subject's age level. If they have 0 to 1 errors, continue the test. This is the Basel set rule. The test stops when a subject scores 8 or more words incorrectly in a set, but you continue to the end of the set. Add up the number of errors and subtract it from the line number of the last word in the set. This will give you the raw score. After taking the test, Miles had a raw score of 106. The test is scored using the tables in Appendix B of the testing manual. These tables give the standard score, confidence interval, percentile, stay-9, and more. Miles is in the 7th stay-9 with an age equivalent of 6 years, 9 months as compared to his own age of 5 years, 4 months. How reliable is the PPVT-4? The content of the PPVT-4 is norm referenced with 12 plus references, but most seem to be versions of the Merriam-Webster dictionary. The assessment is correlated with 3 other assessments that measure vocabulary, as well as the PPVT-3. Correlations are high between all 4. Reliability was measured using split half reliability, alternate form reliability, and test-retest reliability. Split half reliability, a comparison of a subject's results on 2 halves of the same test. Alternate form reliability, where the same group of subjects are given 2 versions of the same test. Test-retest reliability, where a group of subjects took the same assessment several weeks apart. In all 3 measurements of reliability, the PPVT-4 was found to have high reliability. Changes over time. This is a view of the 5th edition of the PPVT. Editions were previously released in 1959, 1981, 1997, and 2007, with a 5th edition released in 2018. Revisions have retained pictures representative of the current United States population, changes to the record form to reflect Basel and ceiling set rules, and a pronunciation guide for more difficult words. New features in the PPVT-4 include larger illustrations, new words replacing older items, adding easy items to strengthen the test floor, and analysis by parts of speech. Although I did not review the PPVT-5, there have been several changes. It changes from 19 sections to a continuous item set with a Basel of 3 correct answers in a row and a ceiling of 6 incorrect items in a row. Word analysis is also updated and expanded from parts of speech to a 3-tier model. They use STEM words and home versus school vocabulary. Strengths and weaknesses of the PPVT-4. Remember Miles? This is his twin brother, Ronan. Ronan is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and has a history of noncompliance. He deliberately chose wrong answers based on his personal preference of the pictures in several instances, despite scoring in the 5th stay-9 when showing compliance on the test as a 3-year-old. Here are Ronan's previous results as scored by Cicely Nicholas, his BCBA. Overall, the PPVT-4 is a strong test if the subject is cooperative and makes an effort. Like most assessments, if the subject is unwilling or unable to maintain compliance, the scores may not prove to be a valid measurement of the subject's vocabulary level.